What's up, beautiful besties? Welcome back to Turning Tides Tarot. My name is Alicia. Thank you all so very much for being here with me. This one's a little bit special today. We are going to find out what is going on with the person who you were connected to. Okay. They may have kind of run from this connection or all of a sudden maybe ghosted or something. Maybe y'all split up, however it ended. This is going to be about why or how this person got into the next relationship so freaking quickly. Okay. This one actually comes as kind of like an emailed request that came in, and I figured I would um, look into this for our tribe here because I have heard it more than once. Oh, it took them 0.2 seconds to get themselves involved with someone else. And it feels like they were just trying to like replace you or something like that. So that is going to be the theme that we're going to take a look at today. So I'm just going to ring the sound bowl. We'll call in spirit. And my first question is going to be, what were they actually looking for when they got themselves involved with another person? And we're going to just unpack it from there. So if you are into this and want to know these answers, give your girl a little love. You can hit the like button and we will go on this journey together. But let me do the thing first. Here we go. That's not the deck I want. Hold on. I'm taking my Karmic deck out. Okay, I'm calling on spirit with so much love and so much gratitude. I ask for divine guidance as I interpret these messages. May they help us all on our journey towards our highest and greatest good. I'm asking for love, joy, peace, abundance, and protection for myself, for you, and for all beings on the planet at this time. Thank you so very much, Spirit. Okay, so I just wanted to mention very quickly before we get into it, if you are called or if you have a general question that we could use here to explore and you want to know and you want to see it here featured on the channel, feel free to let me know in the comments. Okay, so our first question, what were they actually looking for when they got involved with this new person? Because it did seem like it was happening a lot, like really quickly, a little bit too quickly. So we have the Page of Swords, we have the Four of Wands, we have Temperance, and the King of Cups. Let me just take a look at the bottom of the deck. We have the Four of Swords. So I'm just going to tune in and get the messages here. Okay, so what I get from this, it's not necessarily easy. It's a little bit messy, to be honest with you. I don't feel like they ran towards this new connection because it was love. They obviously, I feel like they ran because it was easy, right? Now with the Page of Swords, it says that they're still watching you, they're still obsessing, they're still lurking, and they are definitely comparing you and this new person. Okay. With the Four of Wands, I feel like they wanted to look happy, smile for the camera, holding hands on the gram. Okay. Maybe even like a little party, okay, or like showing them partying or something like that. I'm getting maybe they even threw a little party. I'm getting anyway. It was all for show. I mean, that's just a little detail there. But with the Temperance and King of Cups together, like, it really gives emotional avoidant energy. It's like someone's trying really hard to look balanced while they're actually hiding some very deep feelings here behind this like calm, exterior. I really feel like I know they were hurting pretty badly here because the Four of Swords is showing up, and the Four obviously comes after the Three of Swords, which speaks to very painful situations and hard feelings. Okay. And so it just feels that instead of healing, they were like out here performing for the cameras. I don't know. You must have seen it. And maybe they did it on purpose to like have you see it. And it is giving, like I said, that a little bit of emotional immaturity energy, even though we have the King of Cups. I just feel like this is false. Like, I don't know. There's something about it that's like, it's all a facade here. And honestly, I feel like with the Four of Swords again at the bottom of the deck, like I don't feel like this person was ever really ready. I feel like they really needed to, obviously, it would have been a healthier decision for them to have some time, take some rest, reflect on what went wrong or why they ran or what happened or how it all fell apart. But instead of sitting, in that silence, they really tried to, numb out that pain with someone new. And it wasn't because, they were moving on. It was because they couldn't really face what they lost here, as far as that connection with you. So it's like giving, like, I'm running away from my problems. I'm going to pretend like everything's fine. I'm pretending like I'm fine. Um, and I'm so happy now. Look at me. Like it gives like smile for the camera energy. And it's not very fun. Okay. But I want to know, like, I'm going to move on from that. So how do they really feel about the new connection now that the honeymoon glow has kind of faded out? And I feel like that's kind of where we are right now. So I want to know how they really feel about the new connection now that, it's not new, now that like they've already taken the pictures, done their little posts, had their little party. When the reality of this new person sets in to their life, I want to know, how do they feel about it now? How do they feel about this now? Okay, the Seven of Cups, the Fool. Let's get a little bit more on this. Judgment. Oh dear. Okay. Six of Wands in reverse. Oh, bestie. And wow, the Seven of Pentacles. All right, let me tune into this. I'll tell you. Yeah, not so good. Not so good. Okay. Okay, so with this, okay, they're definitely lost in the sauce. I'll tell you that much. I feel like they're really confused. The Seven of Cups, like they thought they had options. Okay, they thought they could choose this new path and just start over like it was nothing. But I mean, with the Fool here, okay, they were totally reckless, right? They were completely naive. They obviously jumped headfirst into something without even checking to see if there was like, water in the pool. Okay. That's what I mean. Like they jumped right in. Okay. And then with Judgment, it's like, that's the wake up call. Okay. Spirit's like, oh, you think you're ready for new love? Cool. Let's just test that. Let's test that theory. Let's see. Let's actually see. And then with the Six of Wands in reverse, it's like, nope. Okay. This is them feeling like pretty embarrassed with what they've done. I feel like, it's all kind of settled into them. Like I said, like the party's over. It's like, they did what they set out to do. Like they were smiling for the cameras and all that crap. But now it's like they're pretty ashamed of like how immature they look because you're not the only one who noticed it. Okay. I'll tell you that much. And they like, honestly, they thought this, karmic connection would be, their glow up, like their glow up moment here. But honestly, it's giving like regret and like red flags. Okay. So with the Seven of Pentacles here, it's like, they're just kind of standing there looking back at the mess that they made. Okay. And definitely wondering if it's too late to fix it. And honestly, I feel like they traded a real thing for a fantasy, basically. And now, they're realizing that the fantasy is more like a friggin' fever dream than anything. Deep down, they definitely know that they messed up here. And I feel like the worst part of all of this is that they're starting to believe that there is no way back to you. Okay, so after all the dust has settled, it's like, what have I done? Okay, what have I done here? I want to know, what do they still miss about you that they can't seem to recreate with anyone else? Because it does feel like they were trying to like relive some of those happy moments that the two of you shared. Like I said, smile for the camera. Look at how happy I am now. Not really. Okay, so I want to know what they still miss about you that they can't seem to get with anyone else. Okay, so let's friggin' pull the receipts here. Okay, let's do it. The Star. I feel like these two want to come out. The Three of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, the Hangman, okay, and the Eight of Cups. I saw the King of Wands, but I feel like this person represents the King of Wands. So I'm just going to put that aside and I'm going to tune in. Okay, so what I'm getting here is like when they think of you, it's the star, right? You're the hope, you're the healing, you're the person that they still wish and dream of, okay? And with the Three of Pentacles, like you were really somebody that they could build with, you know, not just the dream. Like you basically grounded them, you challenged them. You made this person really want to be better. You were not chaotic, you were absolutely consistent, okay? Because with this Queen of Pentacles energy, I mean, that is like, you know, counterpart vibes, okay? Like that is like spouse vibes, right? Regardless of your gender here. I really feel like, you know, this person thinks of you like you were able and capable to be soft and sensitive and, you know, strong when you needed to be at the same time. Like you were a really good mix of both, like you're really grounded. And I feel like that really messed this person up. I feel like they are generally usually drawn to people who are a lot more maybe surface level or a lot more chaotic in general. Okay. And with the Hangman, okay, with the Hangman here, I feel like you really kind of changed the way that they look at love, and the way that they look at themselves. Like I feel like you really made them see themselves and not just that, like, you know, Instagram worthy surface version of themselves, right? That curated version of themselves. I feel like you really held up like a mirror so that they saw themselves honestly. And I feel like that honestly, it scared the crap out of, you know, it would scare the crap out of somebody who's not ready to grow. Okay. And that's what I see happened here. And I feel like that is, I know we weren't really asking like, you know, why did they walk just yet? But I feel like that is a reason why they kind of, you know, walked away, right? They told themselves they would find something easier. Okay, find someone easier, find someone maybe who didn't expect more from them, okay? And I did peep on that King of Wands, and I couldn't ignore it while I was tuning into this message. And I feel like there is this part of them that is like waking up, because the King of Wands is somebody who really is determined and really is motivated to go after something that they want. And I feel like they're getting ready to like, they're getting into this like chase mode. They're getting ready to act because what they really, really miss here is how you made them feel. You did make them feel very powerful without their ego. Like it wasn't about the performance that they put on, you know what I mean? Or that curated version of themselves, like maybe online or wherever, or like how people see them, their image. You made them feel like you wanted them without all of that extra crap. Like, you know, you made them feel safe, and you know, you made them feel safe, okay? And they wouldn't have to like settle. They wouldn't have to settle either with you. But again, you did scare them, okay? But it's not your problem, right? It's their problem. But I'm just saying, you know, they're starting to see that you weren't just this vibe. You were like a vision of like what could be, right? And so no matter how far they seem to wander away from you in this connection, they still look for you in every person, right? They're still looking for you in every single other connection in their world, right? So, you know, let's just move along. Like, I mean, obviously they aren't really stoked with themselves, and they're in this like regret mode, in this like ashamed of themselves and embarrassed, because again, I am getting that like that whole performance that they put on, you know, oh, I'm moved on, I'm not affected, it doesn't bother me, all of that. I mean, it was just an act, right? And I feel like there may have been even people in their lives who have like called it out. And so I do feel like a lot of embarrassment here, like a lot of embarrassment. Okay. So, you know, I'm just going to continue on because I have some questions that I've somewhat prepared for this reading. My next question is, how do you and this replacement person compare? Like, in their heart, in their mind, in their soul. Okay. I want to know, like, we shouldn't really be comparing ourselves to others, but obviously, because we know that they are comparing you to this person, let's see what's going on within them when they're doing this comparison. Okay. So let me tune into this. The Wheel of Fortune. Wow. There's that King of Wands coming up again, staring directly at the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, we have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Swords, and let's see what is at the bottom of the deck. We have Justice. All right, so I'm going to tune into this energy. All right, so we are going to talk about the comparison energy because, you versus this karmic. Let's see what's going on in their head, heart, and soul. And we have with the Wheel of Fortune, I mean, that's fate, that's destiny, that's this real deal connection that comes, once, twice, it's rare. Okay. I was going to say once in a lifetime, but we do have various soulmates that come into our world. So I'm not going to say that, but it's this connection is rare, right? And I feel like that's how they see you. And the fact that the King of Wands came up like again, I feel like it's just kind of saying like, look, you didn't just like light a spark, you lit a whole fire inside them. Like you really did make them feel very powerful, very seen, very desired, and very inspired as well. Okay. And the karmic energy with the Knight of Pentacles, it is stable. Okay. But it is slow. Honestly, it's predictable, it's safe, and I gotta be honest, again, like it's boring, okay? I feel like they're bored. I feel like they're really trying to convince themselves that this slow burn is really what they need. But with the Ace of Swords here, like that kind of cuts through the crap here. The truth, it's the truth that they can't really avoid. The fact that, you're the one that they really, in their heart, they desire, and what they're really doing right now is settling for this boring, connection, basically, is what I'm seeing here. And with Justice at the bottom of the deck, okay, this is karma, okay? This is karma. They're comparing everything, how the karmic talks, how they kiss, how they don't understand their soul the way you do. And I feel like the karmic might be the safe choice or, for them, but you were really like the divine lesson here. And I just feel like they're really starting to realize that they chose comfort and like ease over truth. Okay. And I feel like it's friggin' eating them alive. I really do. So let's move on here. It really is. So that's the comparison. I want to know if they're, okay, I'm just going to pop this here. I didn't even get the question out. So that's the Page of Cups. But let me move on to this one because this one's totally a juicy question and I'm getting the tea. Is there jealousy or obsession coming from the karmic towards you? All right. Is there jealousy or obsession coming from the karmic and aimed at you? We have the Page of Cups. And I feel like these two want to come out. Oh, yeah, the Emperor. Queen of Cups. Let's get another one. Nope. There it is. The High Priestess. What's at the bottom of the deck here? The Nine of Pentacles. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to sleep on the fact that there's a Seven of Swords here. And yeah, I'll tell you why. But just let me tune into the whole thing. Oh my gosh. Okay. In case you were wondering, the karmic definitely knows about you. Okay. So do not let the silence fool you. All right. They for sure feel your energy just like lingering all around your person. All right. The Page of Cups, they are insecure, emotionally immature. And I feel like they're constantly wondering like if they measure up. Okay. Spoiler, they don't. Okay. They do not. I feel like they sense it in the way your person zones out, like mid-sentence, and the way that they don't really open up. I feel like they even flinch, okay, when they hear your name. Okay. So they're definitely not over you. And then, here's the Emperor. The one that they're trying to impress. Okay. But here's the thing, like, I feel like your person showed up as a king with you, and with them, I feel like they're distant, guarded, trying to. I really feel like they're trying to really be in control, okay? Because I feel like their heart, it still belongs to the Queen of Cups, right? And I feel like the Queen of Cups is you. I do feel like you, because I know our tribe, we have a lot of divine feminine energy in our tribe here. And I do feel like you are, you're soft, you're intuitive. Now, I don't mean you're soft like you're not, powerful. I just mean like you're sensitive, right? Intuitive. You're very emotionally intelligent here, okay? And with the high priestess, I mean, you are seen as being this like mystical, kind of untouchable, unreachable kind of entity at the moment, right? And magical, right? You don't really need them, okay? And that's why they can't really stop obsessing. So I just feel like, your person is obsessing. I feel like their karmic is obsessing, and I mean, you're not even, I feel like meanwhile, like, I don't feel like you're even out here trying. I feel like you've got a grip on both of them. All right. I feel like the karmic is out here like over analyzing every single text, every side glance, wondering if they'll ever, be enough, which is sad for the karmic. Okay. But they have their own journey and we're not here to talk about them. I'm just saying, I'm just saying here. It's, I lost my train of thought. Hang on. Okay, I got it. It's really okay. So we were talking about, if, the karmic's wondering, like, if they'll ever measure up or if they're ever going to be as good as you. And that's the thing. Like, they see you out here shining in this glow up mode. Like, they see you as this Nine of Pentacles, and that is independent. You have what you need. Maybe you're out here showing up like you're unbothered and you're just kind of doing your own thing, and you're, maybe something really good has recently happened and maybe you're getting a lot of attention right now. I got to just be honest with you, with the Seven of Swords under the deck, you can be rest assured that not only is your person still watching you, but the friggin' karmic is as well. Talking about your socials, maybe they're even getting tarot readings. I mean, maybe they're trying to like, I don't know. I just get this kind of like lurking in the shadows energy. And I feel like it's because deep down they know that they're basically living in your story. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the other way around. I feel like you were the love story and they were just like, they know that they're just kind of like this filler. And like I said, it's really sad. And that's where I lost my train of thought because, I am an empathic person, but I'm not making this really about them. Again, they have their own journey and that's on them. All right. So here we go. Let's move on to the next question. But I mean, like, you definitely live rent-free in both of their minds. Okay. And there is a lot of jealousy, a lot of obsession, and insecurity as well. Okay, so we have death. I didn't even ask the question. All right. What would they say to you? Okay, what would they say to you if they weren't so, I heard embarrassed. Okay, I was going to say prideful, but embarrassed. Okay, the Hierophant, death, the Chariot, the Knight of Cups. And at the bottom of the deck, I have the Two of Swords. So let me tune in and I might channel what they actually want to say here. Okay, so I did pick up a couple of things that they want to say. If they weren't so embarrassed, okay. I really feel like first and foremost, they would say, like, I really didn't expect to lose you the way I did. And I really thought I had more time. I thought you'd wait. I thought I could come back when I was ready, but I wasn't ready, was I? I feel like with death coming out here, I feel like that changed everything. And I feel like that ending here, it really shook them to their core. I feel like they would say, like, you were the one who showed me what something real could look like, what commitment could feel like. And I got scared. Okay, I got scared. And, with the Hierophant, I mean, it tells me that you actually offered them something like very special. Okay. And then they ran, like, what the hell, right? And I feel like what they would say is, I don't know how to grow into the version of me that you saw, right? So I sabotaged it. I pretended I didn't care. I convinced myself I didn't need it. But now with the Chariot here, this is what's kind of like screaming at them, in their moments of silence, now that they're actually taking some moments, is like, look, I want to come toward you. I really want to fix what I broke. I want to say everything that, I didn't say before I walked away. I want to say it all to you now. And with the Knight of Cups here, that's, romantic. It's also, remorseful. Okay. And, I feel like it's like them rehearsing this apology like every friggin' night. They don't really know how to face you. Okay. Because when we hit the Two of Swords here, it's like, I don't know what to do. I don't know if you'd even want to hear it. I don't know, if it would help or if it would just hurt more. But if I could say it, I would tell you that I haven't stopped loving you. I just stopped believing that I deserved you. Okay. So that's pretty much what I'm pulling out from this. But I do want to know now because, this is the money question, right? Like, where is this all headed next? Like between you, them, and this karmic, I guess it's like a karmic triangle. Okay. Where is this all headed next between you, them, and this karmic? Let's see. Where is this all heading next, please? Ace of Cups. Okay. Whoop. Let me have this Five of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles. Oh, this is juicy. Wow. The Six of Cups. And at the bottom of the deck, well, we have the Two of Pentacles and also the 10 of Swords. Okay, so let me tune in. All right, so where this is all going, okay. The Ace of Cups, the Ace of Cups is here. So honestly, they still love you and the feelings never stopped, but we already know that. I feel like if anything, this, like your silence towards them has made them even stronger, to be honest. But the kicker here is this Five of Pentacles. Like they feel locked out of your life. They definitely feel abandoned and isolated, okay, even though they did it to themselves, okay, they did it to themselves, all right, but they're now, seeing that they could have had what I could have, should have, whatever, all the could have, should have, they could have had this 10 of Pentacles here with you, which is like legacy, life partnership, a real future. Okay. And they're looking at this dream through this friggin' glass wall that they built. Okay. And with the Six of Cups, it's like they remember everything. The way that you made them feel, the way that you looked at them, the way they felt like they were actually like worth something when they were with you. And now, the Two of Pentacles, this is them, I want to say wobbling, going back and forth. They are stuck in this, well, they're not, no one's ever truly stuck, but they are in this karmic connection that they settled for. Okay. And I feel like their soul is still longing for you. And with the 10 of Swords here, the guilt is crushing them. Okay. They destroyed the one thing that really felt like home. Okay. Even if they wanted to come back, they're not sure you would ever let them in again, right? So they don't really know. But I do see with the 10 of Swords that, it's interesting. I just noticed, here's the 9 of Swords. They are really panicky over whether or not like you would even talk to them again. I know these cards are intense, but I do like the images here. But, if you felt this, okay, if you and you can feel that, this person is really drowning in this regret, I don't know, like, is it too little, too late? I have no idea. I'm going to go into an extended here and we're going to get into, some more of the karmic kind of consequences, I guess. I really want to take a deeper look into the current connection, what's actually happening behind closed doors, and whether or not that bond or that connection is breaking down, or if they're going to cling on to it. So we'll check into that. We're also going to compare their energy towards you, versus the karmic. But we already did that a little bit, but maybe we'll dive a little bit deeper if you are interested, like emotional, spiritual, physical, psychic, but of course we will channel more of what they wish they could say to you, whether about to act on it. And so if you're wondering, if this was all just some kind of, detour for them, or if there's still, if there's still something left here to play out, we will find out. Okay, we're going to find out. But yeah, I mean, they settled for a karmic, but you're still definitely the one that they crave. So we're going to get into it further. If you're interested, I just want to say thank you so much for your energy exchange. Thank you for helping to support the work that I do. And everyone who does meet me over in the extended readings literally basically supports the free content coming out on YouTube. Okay. So thank you for being here. I'm sending you lots of love. I will either see you in the next reading or over at the extended. Take care, besties.